Why do men work so hard to get you? And then when you finally get them a chance, they won't put in the work to keep you.
Oh, sometimes it don't be there when we get there. Damn. Yeah, no, I'm tired of not leaving Yelp reviews, bro. Y'all need to stop going quietly on some cool. Like, I'm not saying this about every woman. I'm not saying it's a majority. I'm not saying none of that. Matter of fact, I'm not saying it's the woman at all. Perhaps I did everything that I did. I pursued you. And once we got into an intimate enough environment, we realized this is where we should stop. We don't belong anywhere closer to each other than what we've gotten so far. As a matter of fact, this is a perfect time for us to get off the boat without crashing. I think too often we men and women for that matter, we feel entitled to a positive result from dating somebody. We feel entitled to a positive result from doing the quote unquote right things, right? If I'm a this you can see it in dudes, right? I done put the bread up, I done planned the dates, I done did all that, and she still ain't this, that, and the third. It's like, fam, was you on that because this is who you are, or was you on that because you thought it would impress her? So I'm not saying nothing about you again. I'm just saying that like some dudes, we do all that pursuing, we get there, and be bland as hell.
Message.
I felt that one to my core.
Why?
You know, because you know what, as women, we romanticize the idea of being with someone and falling in love. If this man that we meet really is going to be our Prince Charming and he's going to come in and he's going to do all of these things to get your attention and you guys end up together and you live happily ever after. And so when he stops doing what he did to get into the relationship, there's a couple of things that I think happen for women, but one of them isn't just accepting that, like he said, this is as far as it goes and walking away because you did so much and we fell in love with the part of you that was over here, even though where you are right now, we want you to go back here.
Okay. All right. Well, I look at it. I look at it this way. It's kind of like the cat and mouse game. So we say it's a lot in all the previous shows that communication is the foundation of the relationship. So during that time frame when you're talking, yes, communication is very key, very important, right? And then as you said, we was over here, right? And then now we're together, and it's like the chase ain't there no more. Well, ladies, and fellas as well, even though a lot of things were said, because some people could talk a really good game. So always remember that. They'll talk a good game. But it's the second part of it is now the action. Now the action has to match up to the communication. And you should be able to know that right away. Once y'all get to that point where y'all now like this now, if the action is not lining up with the communication, then there's a disconnect, right?
My issue is why not communicate that? Because that's the part for me. You talk about communication. Let's get back there. For me, because for me, ladies, and don't come from me, but this is my thinking. The man is the one who drives the relationship. Women aren't out here proposing. Women aren't out here saying, "Do you want to be my man?" We're just not. At least in my world, we're not doing that, right? So if at some point you go from drive to neutral to park, as a man, why not just communicate that?
Maybe it's a possibility that the lady, from a guy's point of view, don't provide a good safe place for us to have that open dialogue.
Huh. Do you need a safe place if you're just in park? In neutral, I guess. But when you are parked, where this is just not going anywhere, do you really need a safe space to have that conversation? Because it's not going anywhere.
I agree. But sometimes I don't feel like they don't want the drama.
And guess what? If there's drama, there's drama. But at the end of the day, there's going to be drama regardless. And it's probably going to be worse drama if you stretch that thing out a few more months or a few more years. That becomes more drama because the woman is more invested. Now, to the ladies, what I will say, because we need to stop waiting for these men to tell us that they don't want a future. Well, we're clearly seeing through actions that this future that you thought you were having with this man isn't happening.
No argument there.